Yes. 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 Oh my god. Honestly, I didn't feel any, panic that entire game. Like, I wasn't as crazy as, the intro to the first game of this series. Like, this was a very comfortable win, 7-0 in game 3. The Phillies hit 5 home runs. Like, are you serious? Off of Lance McCullers? Like, my god. Like, 5 home runs. That ballpark is absolutely electric. The Lone Ranger on the mound, Ranger Suarez, was absolutely dealing. And we didn't have to use any high leverage guys out of the bullpen, and they still got the job done and still didn't allow a run. You used, Connor Brogdon, Kyle Gibson, for God's sakes, Nick Nelson, and Andrew Bellotti. Use those 4 dudes. Are you serious? Oh my god. Like, are you serious? We didn't use any of our high leverage, we didn't have to use Alvarado. Even though he did warm up, I believe, in that 5th inning. Didn't have to use Sir Anthony. Didn't have to use Robertson. Didn't have to use Eflin or anything like that. We still got our guys set up for tomorrow. So, honestly, with the way this game turned out, because even going into this entire thing, I was slightly concerned with, everything going on in the next few games because, with Zack Wheeler and everything like that. But honestly, with the way this game played out, I kind of grab a little more confidence because you don't use any of your high leverage guys. Your guys are set. You have Alvarado, you have Eflin, you have Sir Anthony, you have Robertson. You have all those guys set for the next 2 days. You don't have to worry about using them 3 days in a row. So, that's huge. That's honestly very huge. If Aaron Nola can give you 5.5, 6 solid innings tomorrow, you go right to the back end of your bullpen to shut things down. If you have to lead, though. If you have to lead, of course. Because, you got Javier on the mound for the Astros tomorrow. That's definitely going to be, I would say, more difficult than Lance McCullers, because I thought Lance McCullers was very hittable because he didn't have the same, he didn't have the best stuff in New York as well. The Phillies got to him. And you can also say that possibly Lance McCullers was tipping his pitches. The Phillies saw what was coming. They knew from what he was doing on the mound, they knew what pitch was coming, and they were ready for it. Bryce Harper, after he hits his moonshot in the 1st inning, he calls over Alec Boehm to tell him everything that goes down. And then Alec Boehm leading off the bottom of the 2nd inning, 1st pitch, he goes yard. And then you get all the other home runs. Brandon Marsh goes deep. It barely got out, too. Just went over that fence in right field. There's the yellow line. Then you got that little glass separating it. It goes right off the glass. And then you also got, what else? Yeah, Rhys going deep. Schwarber back-to-back with him. Schwarber absolutely crushed it. Like, seriously, the weather is shaping up perfectly for these 3 games, honestly. With the weather. Long ball. 5 home runs. 5 home runs! Are you serious? 5 home runs! And a 7-0 victory to give yourself a 2-1 series lead, and you're now 2 wins away from winning a World Series. Like I said, you needed to win this game. You needed to win game 3. You needed to set the tone, and you did that in a big way. You did it in a big way. Citizens Bank Park booing every single Astros hitter that comes to the plate. Literally, I saw on every tweet they would go to, I think it was Altuve, Bregman, and maybe Gurriel. They were yelling at them cheaters, and then they were just booing everyone else. Like, serious? Like, are you serious? And people say that, like, oh, it's just another road game in Citizens Bank Park. No one knows what this atmosphere is like when we're on our game. No one knows what this atmosphere is like. It's unlike any other atmosphere in sports. Like, Citizens Bank Park. And a home field advantage in any sport. Citizens Bank Park is not any sport. Philadelphia in any sport. Home field advantage you get. It's kind of hard for the road team to go in there and do their job. So you put yourselves in a really good position. Teams that win game 3, they win, I believe it was like 68, 69, 70% of the time they go on to win the World Series. But this game, like, honestly, going up the first pitch, like, with the first 2 games, I was getting, like, those antsy jitters. I was waiting for the game to happen. I was kind of a little nervous because I didn't know what was going to happen. For some reason, leading into tonight's game, I wasn't worried. I just was not worried. I was confident that they were going to win tonight. I was confident in Ranger Suarez. Like, seriously, the tone was set on the first pitch of the game. Nick Castellanos with his amazing sliding catch again on Jose Altuve to start this ball game off. Like, seriously, we signed Nick Castellanos for his defense. Not as bad at this point. like, seriously, that's where it's gone to. We've signed them for his defense. Like, that set the tone. Ranger retires the first two guys in the first two pitches. Then he gets Alvarez on a curveball, striking out to end the inning. Then you get to that first inning. Schwarber works the count. He gets a walk. Then Rhys, JT, they both get out, so you come up with Bryce Harper. First pitch, hanging curveball. Bryce nukes it. Bryce nuked it on the first pitch. On the first pitch! And it sent the ballpark into a frenzy. And then you see Alec Boehm. He talks to Alec Boehm saying, everything like that, McCullers tipping his pitches. I believe he was tipping his pitches. You can tell, there's a video, I believe it's Rob Friedman on Twitter. Two different pitches that he was throwing. You can tell the angle of his leg was different on both pitches, the sinker and the slider. The sinker, his leg was lower, and for the slider, his leg came all the way up. So, whew. My goodness. My goodness. What a game. What a game. Seriously, everything, the defense was solid. Boehm made some solid plays. Castellanos with that sliding catch. Stott made some solid plays out there in short. Marsh made a nice rundown catch. Odubel never makes those. And Ranger Suarez was very solid. He got into some jams. He definitely did. Maybe some, worked some full counts a little too many times. Fifth inning, got into a jam. I believe the second inning there was a jam as well. But he got out of those. He made his pitches. And also in that fifth inning as well. I believe it was 2 men on for Jose Altuve. You had, I believe it was Bilotti warming up in the bullpen at first, but then Alvarado got up. Rob Thompson decides to stick with Ranger. And Altuve pops up. So it worked for him. He made the right call. Ranger gets out of that situation. And there's that. And also here's a question for the Astros side. Why wasn't Lance McCullers taken out of the game? I know he had a couple of nice innings there after, I believe the first 2 or the first 3. But then he allows the home run to Schwarber. Why is he getting another batter? And then he allows the home run to Rhys. Why was he still in the game? That's bad management from Dusty Baker's standpoint. I know he had a couple of solid innings there, but seriously, with the way the offense was finding ways to hit him, you don't want the game to get out of hand, and Dusty Baker let the game get out of hand. So that's bad managing on Dusty Baker's part. Bad game calling there. But Rob Thompson, once it was 7-0, Connor Brogdon out there, showing his nasty changeup. Honestly, Kyle Gibson looks solid out there, too. Nick Nelson's Nick Nelson. He 30 pitches in the 8th inning. Seriously, dude, you can't throw strikes. But still, he didn't allow a run. And then Andrew Bilotti in the 9th. 1, 2, 3. Gets the job done. Oh boy. My goodness. What a game. So let's look at everything here stat-wise. Ranger Suarez was phenomenal in this game. 5 innings pitched, 3 hits allowed, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, 76 pitches. So this definitely shapes up for him to possibly come out of the bullpen, maybe in a game 5 if you need him, if you're up 3-1 in this series. But still, you got to win game 4 tomorrow. That's important too. It's important for Aaron Nola to bounce back from game 1, have a good start in Citizens Bank Park tomorrow. This will be his second home start. So I think he's amped up to go. I'm sure he's put game 1 behind him. I'm sure he's ready to go to give this Phillies a 3-1 series lead. And I'm sure this offense is going to keep pounding it because that's what they've been doing basically every home game this postseason. I know Javier is going to be tough business because he's been very unhittable basically this entire postseason for them. But I don't think that scares the Phillies. They know what they can do in their own ballpark. They know what they can do with this fan base. This fan base energizes them. The Phillies know what they can do. I don't think they're terrified at all. They're in the driver's seat. Pressure's on the Astros right now to try to win tomorrow. But still, you have a great shot to go up 3-1. Great shot to go up 3-1. I can't believe we're still talking about this. Like I can't believe we're in this position right now. Up 2-1 in the World Series. With a chance to go up 3-1 tomorrow. Let's look at the rest of the bullpen. Connor Brogdon, like I said, he allowed 1 hit, but he struck out 1. 13 pitches. Kyle Gibson, he was very solid, honestly. 1 hit allowed, 15 pitches, 1 strikeout. Nick Nelson, he walked 2 batters. Clearly couldn't find the strike zone, 30 pitches. And then Andrew Bellotti, 14 pitches in the 9th, 1 strikeout. Got the job done overall. And let's look at the lineup. Kyle Schwarber, 1 for 3, 2 RBIs with a 2-run shot. Rhys Hoskins, 1 for 4 with a solo shot. JT Realmuto was basically one of the lone quiet people in this game. He went over 3 with 3 strikeouts, so he didn't have it tonight. Bryce Harper, 1 for 4, 2-run shot in the first inning. Nick Castellanos, 1 for 4. Alec Bohm, 1 for 3 with a walk and a solo shot. Bryson Stott, he went over 3 in this game, but he still had some, at bats where he's taking a lot of pitches, so he's still showcasing he can do that. Gene Segura over 3, and then Brandon Marsh 2 for 3. Solo shot, and also, I believe, a single. So, an RBI. Brandon Marsh, he's had good career numbers against the Astros, so honestly, Brandon Marsh could be a little thorn in the Astros side there since he's familiar with them. So that kind of helps. Honestly, that kind of helps the Phillies side because Marsh is familiar with them. Maybe he can, give the Phillies some tips on that, on their pitchers, because he was with the Angels for so long. So that helps. That definitely helps you there. And then look at what you did for the Astros side. You kept Altuve hitless, so that's good. That's good there. Alvarez hitless. Bregman hitless. Tucker hitless. So you kept the main guys quiet. Yeah, Payne got a hit, but they're 1 through 5. They went what? Right, I'm doing the math right here. 7, 11, 14, 18. 1 for 18. You made the 1 through 5 guys 1 for 18 tonight. That's solid work. That's solid work, and still the bullpen has not allowed a run in any of these games so far. So that's huge. That's something we didn't expect. Bullpen's been huge for us in these first 3 games. I expect it to continue with the way they're pitching right now. They got confidence. They got all the confidence in the world right now. And they're riding it, especially in their home ballpark, which is huge. It's very huge. Like, seriously, 5 home runs. 5 home runs. Whew. And also with Kyle Gibson pitching today, that probably sets Noah Syndergaard to pitch Game 5. That's most likely confirmed at this point because I know Rob Thompson was talking about, we have to use Noah Syndergaard in any of these games. That means Kyle Gibson pitches, on Thursday. I think Kyle Gibson going today means Thor pitches on Thursday, most likely. So you got your back end of the bullpen, good to go for these next 2 games. Aaron Nola on the bump tomorrow. I'm sure he's going to want to. I really don't expect Aaron Nola to have a 3rd bat start in a row. I just do not expect that out of Aaron Nola. He haven't done it all season long. I'm expecting a good start from Aaron Nola. Put Game 1 beside him. He's back in his home ballpark where he's better with the crowd behind him. I think Aaron Nola's going to have a good game tomorrow. Offense, they're going to have to find a way to hit Javier, but they did the same thing basically with Mccullers today. So it's basically all said and done there. Go out and win tomorrow. You're up 2-1 now. Take a commanding stronghold in this series tomorrow. Go up 3-1. That's just it's amazing to think about, honestly, there. Definitely is. It definitely is. My God. Unbelievable. It's unbelievable at this point, honestly. It just is. Chance to go 3-1 tomorrow. Let's do it. I'm confident in this team. I think they can do it. I definitely think they can do it. Man, oh man. Man, oh man. Man, oh man. What a game. Just what a game overall. So we're looking at the upcoming games, like I said, tomorrow. Aaron Nola against Javier. Looking at Javier on the season, he was 11-9 with a 2.54 ERA, a whip of .95, 194 strikeouts. How many innings did he pitch this year? 148 innings this season. Looking at his past few outings, 5 1/3 against the Yankees in the ALCS, 1 hit, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts, and then he came on in a relief appearance against the Seattle Mariners in that game 1 of the ALDS, inning and a third, 1 hit, 1 earned run, which was a home run, 2 strikeouts. So if you let a home run there, I think the Phillies can figure him out. I definitely think so. But overall, he's definitely a nasty pitcher. Like, don't fret that. He's a nasty pitcher for them. But still, I'm confident in his offensive ability. Definitely. Definitely, definitely, definitely. Very confident. Very confident in this team's ability to win tomorrow and go up 3-1. I'm very confident. Aaron Nola on the bump tomorrow. My God. I just can't believe we're in this spot. Honestly, I just can't. I just can't. It's an amazing time. It's a great time now. Definitely is. like I said, I wasn't worried basically this entire day. I was just going through the motions. Like, this was a calm, collective game. Easy breeze through, easy win to go up 2-1. I just can't believe we're 2 wins away. 2 wins away from a world championship. 2 wins. But still, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Take it one day at a time. One day at a time. But still, I'm very confident in this team's ability. And I think today's, with the way the game shaped up, makes me more confident. With the way Bryce Harper set the tone. With the way you didn't have to use any of your high leverage guys. It sets them up perfectly for the next 2 games. It does. To where you don't have to use them 3 days in a row. You can use them 2 days in a row now. Alvarado gets that extra rest, or Anthony gets that extra rest. Some of those guys were warming up in the bullpen, so they'll be fine. Then you also, like I said, Robertson gets the extra rest. Eflin gets the extra rest. So that helps those guys a lot. A ton. You also didn't have to use Hand in this game either, so Hand could be used, even though I don't trust Hand with a 5-foot pole. But still, your bullpen's been solid. Your bullpen was solid. So, yeah. It's where we stand. It's definitely where we stand at this point. Good game, solid win all around, and it makes me more confident for the next few. It definitely does. Right now, with the way the offense has been hitting this entire postseason, this is what Dave Dombrowski, fruitioned. The entire, postseason. It's, live and die by the long ball. Offense. Carrying you to wins. It was very streaky during the regular season. They're coming to their own right now. And they got a lot of confidence in themselves. And like I said, I do think Citizens Bank Park has a major effect on that. With the way the crowd is. They haven't seen a crowd like basically going to that first game against the Braves. They've never seen a crowd like this all season. They feed off of it. They feed off of it. And they love it. They love it. They tell themselves they're not going to lose. And they believe in one another in that dugout, in that clubhouse. Rob Thompson instills that type of mentality. It's nice. It's nice, man. So nice. Rob Thompson said the Phillies are like the Eagles. Yeah, it's a nice time in Philly sports right now. Eagles are 7-0. Union are going to the MLS Finals. Now the Phillies are 2 wins away from a World Series. So, yeah. There's time to not be a Philadelphia sports fan right now, but still, there's a job to be done. 2 more wins. 2 more wins and you're world champions. This city needs it. This city is dying for another championship. I know we won it with the Super Bowl in 2017, 2018, or whatever you want to call it. But another championship. This city needs it. Like, I was sometimes you pray. Like, I was I was praying to the sports gods and all that stuff. Like, Philadelphia needs this. And they gotta win tonight. And I'll do the same thing tomorrow. Man. Man, oh man. It's good time. Good times, fellas. Good times. My goodness. If you also want to leave a voicemail or anything like that, or a text, you can use that at the hotline 215-839-9885. Leave your thoughts and opinions if you want to share, get your voicemail heard on the stream, anything like that. You can also use the YouTube live feed. It's basically your preference. I'm just giving you the options there. Does not matter to me whatsoever. We don't have a voicemail right now, so I'm going to browse through the YouTube feed, see what you guys got to say about tonight. I see a ton of chats right here. American Loyalist. If Dusty Baker never wins a World Series by the time he retires, he does not belong in the Hall of Fame. Everyone going yard insane. Phillies need to take it one game at a time. Picture time. Basically one game at a time at this point. Dusty Baker loves leaving his starters way too long. Like I said, the offense needs to win. Needs to and will win this at home. This shit is over Thursday. I love that confidence, Julian. Love it. On the one hand, you respect the manager who trusts his starters, but seeing how long Dusty left them in that game is hilarious. Yeah, I don't know why Dusty kept McCullers in that long. No idea. Dusty's clueless. Smoltz wouldn't shut up about the tipping pitches. Now it's time for Nola to come up big tomorrow. Yep. Definitely a lot. Big balls for Nola tomorrow. Definitely. And I'm confident he can go out there. Like, I know a lot of people are worried about Aaron Nola. I don't expect Aaron Nola to have 3 bad starts in a row. I just don't see that happening. I don't see that happening whatsoever. He's pitched big when we desperately needed him to. I know in the games against, the Padres and all that stuff, he wasn't good. And in game 1, he wasn't good, but they still found a way to win that game. Realistically, if you're looking at game 1, Kyle Tucker was really the only guy that hit Aaron Nola. Sadly, it was just 2 home runs that factored in the 5 runs. I think Aaron Nola's going to have confidence in tomorrow, in my honest opinion. Starting to have hope. Dusty Baker doesn't belong in the Hall of Fame. For all the talk before the World Series about how Houston was going to go undefeated, the Phillies only have 3 losses in this postseason. Dusty knew his team wasn't scoring, so no need to take Mccullers out. If the Phillies win the World Series, in your honest opinion, I want you to let us know how you feel and what it means to you. Oh, yeah, dude. No worries. I'll let you know. I'll let you know if that happens. I'll let you know. Maybe you'll get a live stream from Broad Street celebrating. If they win. Maybe. How in God's name, up 3-1, do you not use to... you don't start Wheeler? I don't care. You got to. At this point, Wheeler, I know they talked about arm fatigue and all that stuff. He's, they're giving him the extra day of rest. Right now, I'm not judging Rob Thompson. I'm not judging Rob Thompson at this point because whatever he's done basically has gone right. So, I trust in Rob. Maybe it's the right decision because with the way Wheeler got rocked with his, dipping velocity. I trust Rob. I definitely do. 2 wins away from winning it all. This is all a dream. As much as I'd like to see Wheeler Thursday, you won't. 2 days extra rest. He'll go Saturday. Yeah, it's. I think with him having all that time off, and then him having to really get ramped up going into the postseason, it's probably too much on his arm. I think even though I do believe it's more the knee than anything that they're letting on, I'm sure he's feeling a little bit of arm fatigue. With him gunning 97 to 99 basically every game since before Tuesday, or not Tuesday, before game 2. So Phillies have destiny on their side in all of America besides Texas. At Union, yep, that was awesome. I'm saying if the Phillies are up 3-1, Wheeler needs to pitch even 4 innings. In the end, the offense will win for this team. I see why Baker has never won. He's a pretty bad in World Series games. Yeah, I saw the Flyers. I saw they lost in overtime. I was watching them on their background noise. Carter Hart looked good. And they lost in overtime, though. Houston's fans gets to watch an Eagles beat down in a possible Phillies clincher. Oh my God, imagine that. Imagine if that happens. Eagles on Thursday Night Football in Houston against the Texans, and Phillies Game 5 against the Astros with a chance to win the World Series, and both Philadelphia teams win. I don't think the city will survive that. I don't think the city would survive the Eagles going 8-0 and the Phillies winning a World Series. I don't think the city would survive. I think the city will burn to the ground. And hell, let it burn to the ground. My goodness. My goodness. So, Christian Javier, Aaron Nola, Game 4. And also, if you want to look at Game 5, Justin Verlander's going to be back on the mound against Noah Syndergaard. So, if you're looking at Noah Syndergaard, 3-4 innings tops if he goes good. And then you go with the rest of the bullpen. Like you use your low average guys and the 4th, 5th inning or something like that. Then you go to your high leverage guys. But still, I trust the offense in these next 2 games. Are they going to hit 5 home runs every game? I don't think so. But who knows? The weather, looking at the weather actually these next 2 days, it really benefits playing in Citizens Bank Park with the way the weather is. Because what's the temperature? It's like 59 right now. Went up to 71 today. It was humid a little bit. So that definitely helped. What else? Looking at the rest of the week. Tomorrow's 72. The low's going to be 74, but it's going to be nice for game time. And then Thursday, 70 degrees out. The weather definitely favors playing in Citizens Bank Park. Like you're playing in what? Spring baseball at this point. Probably down in Clearwater. Who knows with the weather. Verlander got off. Oh yeah, I saw that with Verlander. I have no issue with that. They were just the fans were having fun. Verlander was having fun. Who knows? But yeah, it's a fantastic game overall. It was funny too when you were like watching everything pregame and all that stuff. Like, because since I live like so many minutes away from the ballpark, like you see all the planes flying around with the advertisements on it. One of the planes had an advertisement for an OnlyFans account, which I found pretty funny. Oh my god. Stay classy, Philly. Don't change. Don't change at all. My god. My god. Up 2-1. We're up 2-1. Still hard to believe. It's still hard to believe in that. But we are. We're at this point. We're up 2-1 in the World Series. We're two more wins away from a World Championship. Keep the ball rolling. Keep the ball rolling. Who do you got in Game 4? I think the Phillies win. With the way they're running at home, it's hard to bet against them at home. It really is. Like, I know you have that. Like, I know it's, hard to think about, with Aaron Nola and everything like that, what happened after Game 1. I just don't think he's going to have a third bad game in a row. I just don't see that out of Aaron Nola. Like, I know for a lot of these pitchers, this is the deepest into the year they've pitched in their entire careers. Whew. But still, I think they're going to have another gear in them. I definitely think it. Oh my god. I don't think Javier can stop. Yeah, I'm not worried. I think this lineup can figure out a way. I definitely do believe that. So I actually kind of like seeing Verlander flip Philly. Oh god. Oh god. Yeah. A little bit of a browser through Twitter before we end off tonight. Just to see if there's anything here about tonight's game. Rob Thompson, this is something that good teams do all the time. Communication before the game, after the game, but more importantly, during the game, talking about, Bryce Harper with Alec Boehm. Bryce Harper was asked if he thought the first inning was a momentum changer. He gave credit to the home crowd. He's always going to credit the home crowd. Bryce Harper loves playing here. Well, I want to see this reaction from Xfinity Live on Bryce Harper's home run. Let me put the sound up a little bit here. First pitch from Mccullers, gone. Oof, oof, oof. Man, that ball was crushed. That was crushed. Like, my goodness. And a Rhys Hoskins. Oof, oof. Honestly, I like Joe Davis on the call. I honestly do. That's his name, right? Joe Davis. Yeah, Joe Davis. I like Joe Davis on the call. I think he's solid. It's funny because he's only 34 years old. He's very young. I like him on the call. I think he's very solid for Fox. But yeah. 2 wins away. 2 wins away. Phillies say Game 4 national anthem and ceremonial first pitches are to be determined. I do remember them saying Jimmy Rollins is going to pitch for the first pitch, possibly. So, and I did see that Chase was in the house as well. So could Chase throw a first pitch? Possibly. There were a lot of stars. Rob McElhaney from Always Sunny was there. Who else? Tim McGraw. Tug McGraw's son. Everything there. Yeah, it's just fantastic. Absolutely fantastic that we're up 2-1 so far. Let's see. What's this? God. Have Kate Upton throw it out. Can you make a Phillies free agency prediction video during the offseason? Yeah, I'll do something like that, but we'll focus on the offseason when that gets there. We got 2 more wins left, Owen. 2 more wins left. Offseason is very far away at this point. Very far away, if we're thinking about it. 2 more wins. We need 2 more wins. I think they can do it, though. as cars are driving down my goddamn road loudly. Let's see. The caller is saying, I'm not going to sit here and say anything like that. I got whooped. End of story on if he was tipping pitches tonight. I think he was tipping pitches. Like, not on purpose, but he was tipping pitches. So, yeah. I think that's where we stand, everyone. Phillies are up 2-1 in the World Series. They have a chance to win tomorrow, to go up 3-1. I think they have a great shot. And I'm very confident in this team right now and their ability to play at home. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens tomorrow. They set the tone in Game 3. Let's see what they do tomorrow. So, like I said, that's going to do it for tonight. Thank you for joining the stream as always. Do not forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below. Do not forget to drop a like on the video. Do not forget to check out everything in the description down below. BrodesMedia Painted Lines. I recommend all of that. Same thing with hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate that. Join the TTP Sports family. It will do me a great service. Also, use the code TTPSPORTS, $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek. Use it for anything you can think of. It's a great deal. Do not pass up on that. Once again, thank you everyone for joining tonight's stream. Phillies are up 2-1. Let's see what they do tomorrow. And I will see you.